Hey everybody, this is Rustyn with Metalholic Magazine, and with me today, Jonny Davy of For A Cowboy. How you doing, man?
I am doing great. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, where you guys are out today? I know you guys are out on the Metalliance tour, but where are you guys out at this point?
We're in Columbus, Ohio today.
Nice. So how's the tour going so far? No one seems to have been killed yet.
The tour has absolutely been amazing so far. We just came back from Canada. And, obviously over there the shows are always amazing. But I don't know. It's a really cool lineup and just no complaints. It's been going great for everybody.
Excellent. Now, you guys have the new album, Demonocracy, come out in 2 weeks, April 10th to be exact. You guys returned to the studio this time with Jason Sukoff again, as you did on Ruination. This time you guys had new bassist Nick, new guitarist Tony. Did you guys approach it any differently this go-around?
Absolutely. I mean, I guess I should go back and tell you what happened to old members. Brent kind of got a bit of a drug problem, took it a little too out of control. It was a little too much for anybody and even himself. So he's gone now. I guess there's no real better way to explain it. It was disappointment and a bummer, but, I suppose it happens to some people. And Bobby, our old guitar player, wants to start the family life back at home. Obviously still on great terms. Nobody can hate it or, disagree with anyone in that scenario. So Spies Icon broke up. They kind of pushed Tony into our band. Tony's been to Spies Icon for about a year, and they broke up, and he kind of had nothing to do at that point. It was just really good timing. And at the same time, Cephalic, some of the guys that were starting up families, so we got Nick from Cephalic Carnage. We've obviously been working together for a little bit now, but I think it definitely shows the progression in the new record. It's just, they are so good and such an improvement for the band in contrast to the old members. I'm not trying to knock on the old guys, but, lit a fire in the old members' asses. We just had to sit down and, tell ourselves, wow, we really need to step up our game. So, I think it definitely shines through, and we're all super proud of what we do with this record.
Right. I was going to say, taking nothing away from the other guys, Tony and Nick seem to have elevated you guys to bring your A game. And especially with Bobby, taking nothing away from him, Tony is a phenomenal guitarist. There seems to be a lot more lead guitar work on this album.
There's a extended solo on every song at this point. It's a specialty.
Right, and of course you worked with Jason Sukoff again, who is, the master of guitar. So, what's the connection that you have with Jason that works so well for you guys?
We met Jason. We tried to do some demo tracks with him, and my first impression of him, and even the whole band, we were just, we could never work with this guy. He is absolutely out of his mind. You meet this guy, he rolls up in a wheelchair, and he's all over the place. And, it's a little hard to handle. I mean, we're all pretty mellow, chill guys, but, I think we kind of just grew to love him so fast. We're such good friends with bands like the Black Dahlia Murder, and obviously they keep going back to him, and it makes sense. With him, he was in Crotch Duster, which is quite an interesting band, and he's just an amazing guitar player. We look at him as a sixth member of the band in the studio. We respect his opinion so much that, it's just, I couldn't imagine not working with him at this point. It's just fun.
Yeah, he's an incredible character too, but yeah, he really brings out the best in guitarists. So
he really does. He really learns from a guitar standpoint, what they're good at, and emphasizes on that, and not, he tries to knock down whatever they're not exactly, he definitely brings out the best out of everybody.
So talk about the new album a little bit. I mean, when you guys went in, to me, this album after Ruination it's more organic, there's more variation. Obviously, you guys have a lot more energy, you got some new blood in the band, but how did you go in and approach this album, and how was it different for you recording with Tony and Nick in there?
Well, I mean, honestly, we're all spread apart. Some of the guys live in Boston, I live in Phoenix, our drummer lives in Denver, Nick lives in Seattle, and that's a pain in the ass, honestly. But the guitar players, they both live in Boston. They both lay down the foundation of, the songs. And going into it, we didn't really approach it or have any real goals other than to, just have fun with it. Do what we enjoy doing. We didn't sit there and say we have to write this kind of record we need to write a fast record, a heavy record. We just did whatever, came out fluently, and I think it kind of shows. I feel like it's a pretty fun record, and we did have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Thank you, man. And, the guitar players just laid down the foundation. They send off. They obviously want all of our opinions. There's no tyrant in the band saying, only this and only that. We just collectively work together and, really soak in each other's opinions.
Talk to me a little bit about the album title and the lyrical theme. I mean, we're approaching perhaps the most important election of the last 40 years. You seem to be getting more political on this record.
Yeah, absolutely. Demonocracy, I feel, sums up the lyrical content of the record in one word. It's used in old mythology. To sum it up, it just means a government, that is running hell. And, growing up, I was super obsessed with bands like Misery Index and Napalm Death. And, so many death metal bands write about zombies, gore, anti-Christianity, demons, ghouls, whatever you name it. The stereotypical extreme metal genre. And of course, I'm not knocking on that. Obviously, some of my favorite bands in the genre are, in that area of lyrical content. But I respected the fact that bands like Misery Index and Napalm Death had that more punk rock attitude and looked at, the true evils in the world. There really are a lot of horrible things always happening and going on in the world. And I always respected the fact that they've really dug into it and, legitimately cared and try to put some sort of a message through their lyrics of what might be really going on in the world.
I just want you to know, for the record, when you were giving me the list, I was checking it off on my fingers since Nick isn't here. I think you forgot Satan.
Oh, shit.
But
sorry.
So, being from Phoenix myself at one point, I see you guys took a shot at Sheriff Joe on this album. Tell me about that.
Yeah, there's actually a song on the record about Joe Arpaio. He's a very corrupt Arizona sheriff, very, very racist sheriff in Arizona who actually he had to resign because the FBI just came at him. But there's a song about him, and, there's even a Maricopa County badge on the cover of a record, which I thought was really cool. I think the artist did. Obviously for me, that's close to home, and that put some lyrical rage, I guess, in what I do.
Well, I was going to say, I lived in Phoenix for 7 fucking years, and I was pissed off all the time. You think living in that heat adds to your anger and aggression when you write?
Who knows, honestly. I guess I'm probably just an angry dude, if anything. I think you kind of have to be when you're doing this kind of music.
So what's pissing you off these days?
You know what? Ever since this record is done and I'm back on tour, I am a very happy guy in contrast to what I was. So, I spent so much time at home and worrying about this record that, a lot of stress is taken off my shoulders at this point. Right now I'm a pretty happy guy. I'm just worried about this rain that's about to happen, I guess.
What's on tap after Metalliance, and how much of the new album can fans expect to hear live?
We play a few songs live right now. After this, we're going to go to Russia. We're going to go to Puerto Rico. We're going to go to Japan. We're going to tour the States again on Summer Slaughter. We're going to do a full European run. It's pretty much at this point tour, and promote this record.
Awesome. Jonny, thanks so much. Great new album, and we look forward to seeing you on the road. Be safe.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.